You don't have to completely go there if you don't want to.
Yes.
You can just do like a brush stroke over it, or just like a hey, something happened.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Like, I don't mind going explaining it, and I'll explain why too. I found a picture, like, I don't have any baby pictures like on hand, like digital or something, so I just sent whatever baby picture I found, which was me as maybe like 5 years old that my grandma sent me like months back, and I was like, oh hey, I can use this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent that, and my partner went first, Vasquez went first. He was looking at his photo, and me being anxious and anxiety, I always was like, okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna practice saying this so I don't like stutter or like da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was my turn and I got the photo shown to me, all my thoughts stopped, and it was just like, oh shit, this was taken before a very traumatic event, and I never realized that. And the traumatic event, which I don't mind talking about, and the reason I'll explain again, when I was 6 years old, I was sexually assaulted by a family member, and that fucked me up for years after that. But where I am now, after like years of therapy, years of support from my friends, from my family, from the therapists, and getting to know myself, I wouldn't say I moved past it, but I've come to terms with it to the point where like I'm not letting it control me anymore like I used to. And the reason why that thought popped up when I saw the pictures, because I never really looked at my baby pictures. Like, I see my baby pictures when I was like maybe 9 months, 12 months, stuff like that. But seeing a picture that I was pretty sure like this was taken right before it. So seeing me and then knowing what's going to happen to me soon after, that's what got me. And that's why I was like frozen and like just being like, holy crap. Because I never really acknowledged the me before it. So thinking about like what I wanted to say was hard, because like all I want to say is like, I want to warn her. I want to tell her so she doesn't have to go through all the pain and trauma that I had to go through. And it hurt because I can't. I can't tell her. I can't warn her. And then that's why I don't mind talking about my story, is because, well, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm talking about this too much. People are just going to like equate this with like, oh, she only talks about her sexual trauma, like da da da. No, because that doesn't define me. I am more than that. And me talking about it allows other people to feel the strength to talk about it or do what they need to do to like kind of deal with it. Like I'm not going to say names. I was talking to someone after it, and they told me that they were going through something like that and they didn't know how to talk about it and they don't feel the strength to talk about it, but they talked to me and they were thankful because they were like, thank you for talking about it, because that's pushing me in the right direction to talk to somebody about it. So they weren't ready to talk about it, but they know in time they're going to be. So seeing someone like me who's able to talk about it now and not let it control me or define me, she knows or he knows or they know that they're going to get to that point sometime. That they're going to get to a point where like it's not controlling them. It's not feeding into the negativity or negative view that they have of themselves. So that's why I don't mind talking about it. And so that's, looking at that picture, I was just like, it threw me off. It made me like just freeze and all that. But like talking about this with temper tantrum, like all that, and like after, I was just finally able to like, there was something in me that kind of like settled. Like maybe there's like this subconscious part of me that wasn't over a certain part of it. But after I saw the photo and after I talked about it, I just felt settled and I just felt more at peace with myself and my history. So, yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like, once you call it what it is, it gets easier to say it. And there's more empowerment behind it the more you say it. Not only to other people, but to yourself, of like, yeah, this is what this is. Instead of like, this is what this is. It's like, this is what this is. This is what this is. This is what it is. And it gets easier and easier and easier. So now you're releasing all like the kind of emotions to it. You're not ignoring it. You're not saying it didn't happen. No, it happened. Okay, and this is where I am now because I was over here and now I'm over here. So, so I think that was really, that particular activity was strong, very powerful.